Nothing is more American than the Super Bowl. And last night at Mar-a-Lago, Fox News' Sean Hannity had a chance to talk with the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Mr. President, happy Super Bowl day.
Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you.
Obvious question. Impeachment, third time in history. Acquittal, pretty much now a formality. Been through a lot. Your reaction to all of it?
Well, it's been very unfair from the day I won, and I really say from far before the day I won, from the day I came down the escalator with our future First Lady, who's doing such a good job. To be honest with you, I think it probably started from there. It's been a very, very unfair process. The Mueller report, Russia, as you say, which was total nonsense. It was all nonsense. The whole thing was nonsense. But it was a very unfair, and mostly it was unfair to my family. I mean, my family suffered because of all of this, and many other families suffered also. It was a it's a very serious thing. It should never happen to another president.
275 days from now, I guess the ultimate jury, the American people, go to the polls. My question is this a campaign issue for you? Do you let it go? Do you see a path that you could work with Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats?
Well, I'd like to, but it's pretty hard when you think about it, because it's been such, I use the word witch hunt, I use the word hoax. I see the hatred, I see the level. They don't care about fairness. They don't care about lying. You look at the lies. You look at the reports that were done that were so false. The level of hypocrisy. So I'm not sure that they can do it, to be honest. I think they just want to win, and it doesn't matter how they win. In the meantime, I really believe this administration, me and this administration, we've done more than any administration in the history of our country. We've rebuilt our military. We've cut taxes at the highest amount ever in the history of our country. I mean, you see what's going on. There's a revolution going on in this country. I mean, a positive revolution. So African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, we have the best numbers we've ever had. African American, the poverty numbers are now reversed, and they're the best that they've ever had. So I don't know how anybody could possibly beat me with that vote. So we'll see how it does.
There were 4 separate investigations, Trump-Russia collusion, culminating in the Mueller report. Now it's Ukraine. Does this hurt you? Does any part of this hurt you? What has hurt you the most about it all?
So, Sean, I think that with the economy being the best probably it's ever been in the history of our country, I mean, it is the best it's ever been. The unemployment numbers are the best. I should be up by 25 points. What they've done is they've really, all the media, I call it the fake news, and it is fake news, so much of it. And a lot of the fakeness is they don't want to report the good stuff. They don't want to report that the economy is good.
Will any of this, because now, as I said, it's pretty much a fait accompli. Looks like Wednesday at 4 p.m., it'll be an acquittal. You then move on from there, but the State of the, we have Iowa caucuses Monday, State of the Union Tuesday. This happens on Wednesday. Any thought to delay the State of the Union?
No. I'm going to have it. It's going to be done. We're going to talk about the achievements that we've made. Nobody's made achievements like we've made, so many different things. I'm so proud of what we've done for our vets with choice. We got them choice. We got accountability where we can take care of our vets, where we can get rid of people that aren't taking care of our vets.
I've known you for a couple of decades. This is going to be hard for you. This is called our lightning round here.
All right.
I'm just going to throw out a name. Whatever comes to your mind.
Okay.
We'll start with Joe Biden.
I just think of Sleepy. I just watch him. He's Sleepy, Sleepy Joe.
Hunter Biden.
Where's Hunter? Where is he? He made millions of dollars. He went from having no job, no income. He had nothing. As you know, he had a very sad experience in the military. He has nothing. To making millions and millions of dollars a year, not just from Ukraine, from China and from other countries. How can you do this? This is crooked as hell. What they did is very dishonest.
Bernie Sanders.
Well, I think he's a communist. I mean, you know, look, I think of communism when I think of Bernie. Now, you could say socialist, but did he get married in Moscow? And that's wonderful. Moscow's wonderful.
Might have been the honeymoon.
You don't think necessarily, well, whatever, but you don't necessarily think in terms of marriage, Moscow. And it's wonderful. I'm not knocking it, but I think of Bernie sort of as a socialist, but far beyond a socialist.
Elizabeth Warren.
At least he's true to what he believes. That's one thing. Because you mentioned now Elizabeth Warren. She's not true to it. I call her fairy tale. Because everything's a fairy tale. That's how Pocahontas got started. Everything's a fairy tale. This woman can't tell the truth.
Michael Bloomberg.
Very little. I just think of little. You know, now he wants a box for the debates to stand on. Okay, it's okay. There's nothing wrong. You could be short. Why should he get a box to stand on, okay? He wants a box for the debates. Why should he be entitled to that? Really? Then does that mean everyone else gets a box?
I guess if they want one, I will have to negotiate
the other thing
boxes.
that's very interesting. Cory Booker and all these people couldn't get any of the things that Bloomberg's getting now. I think it's very unfair for the Democrats, but I would love to run against Bloomberg. I would love it.
Hillary.
I think of emails. I think of the email scandal. How she got away with that is a disgrace. I think it's a disgrace.
Pelosi.
I think she's a very confused, very nervous woman. I don't think she wanted to do this. I think she really knew what was going to happen, and it's her worst nightmares happened. I don't think she's going to be there too long either. I think that the radical left, and she's sort of radical left too, by the way, but I think the radical left is going to take over.
You've got the Democrats. They're vying to go up against you in 275 days. Is there one candidate running more than another that you like?
I have to sit back and watch. I mean, I look. I'm watching, and you know, I have little nicknames for all of them. But you just.
I'm sure they love your nicknames.
No, but they're accurate. You know, I mean, they're very accurate. You look at Sleepy Joe. What's going on with him? He's having a hard time. You look at Bernie. I call him Crazy Bernie. They're sort of rigging the election against him again. I see what's going on. They're rigging it against him.
Coronavirus, Disney's closed.
Yeah.
Movie theaters are closed. Hospitals being built. I think we're now up to our 8th case in the United States. How concerned are you?
Well, we pretty much shut it down coming in from China. We have a tremendous relationship with China, which is a very positive thing. Getting along with China, getting along with Russia, getting along with these countries.
Have you offered the Chinese president help with the coronavirus?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, we're offering them tremendous help. We have the best in the world for that. We've done a tremendous job in many other instances also on that, even recently. No, we've offered China help. But we can't have thousands of people coming in who may have this problem, the coronavirus. So we're going to see what happens, but we did shut it down, yes.
I love sports. I think sports mirror life. You know, you got to learn to win. Sometimes you don't always win. I know you're not sick of winning, is my guess. But also, the harder you work, the better you do. That's very Americana. What do you love about sports?
Well, it is. It's sort of a little bit of a microcosm of life. You know, you have winners, you have champions, you have people that you expect to see that final play. You have great coaches like Belichick. You have people that you expect more out of, and oftentimes they produce. Then you have people that you just don't expect they're going to do it, and oftentimes they don't. It's a microcosm of life.
Mr. President, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.